What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. We know what it takes to become a successful management consultant based on what I've covered in this channel, but what we haven't covered is what it takes per level and what are the general responsibilities per those levels. Management consulting already sounds like a broad profession, and not that many people really get what it means to have a career like this. But for many wanting to learn more about the expectations, then well, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll be breaking down a consultant's responsibilities at different levels. Keep in mind that the titles will vary at each firm's and the responsibilities all depend. So I'll do my best to hit a general audience that still covers the MBB or Big Four consultants. Before getting started though, take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. My goal for this channel is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Stick around till the end of this video to hear what I'll be giving away once we hit that benchmark as well. With all that said, let's get into today's video. To understand the responsibilities of a management consultant, we need to understand this job title altogether. After all, what do management consultants even do? Well, you can think of consultants providing business expertise in specialized areas within a company or an industry. They help solve business problems through strategy or implement their recommendation or suggestion for a company. Consultants tend to be responsible for projects that deal with digital transformation, organizational change management, finance, and mergers, just to name a few. Depending on the firm and your position, you might have a certain concentration within a certain industry. For instance, if you work as a healthcare consultant, you might be responsible for minimizing costs or increasing revenue for a hospital or healthcare practice. If you work within the technology side for companies like Deloitte, you're likely embedding a new software for a company and helping them implement it. The list goes on, and the responsibilities depend on what sector you're specifically working in. Now, if you'd like me to make another video where I talk about that in greater depth, then be sure to let me know in the comments below. The purpose of management consulting is to provide an outsider's perspective and insight on a problem and provide an unbiased opinion and recommendation on a company's next steps. They tend to be working with high-level executives at the firms that hire them and analyze information provided as well as turn to lower-level positions or customers for more insight. Now, if you'd like to learn more about what management consultants do, I'll link another video for you to check out after this, where I talk just specifically around this topic. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna hit 3 levels in particular. The titles and names might be different at each firm, but I'll be sharing what level I'm talking about specifically to make it easier to follow along. I'll be sharing information about analyst or associates, so everyone who is at an entry level up to 5 years at the firm. Then I'll mention manager level, so anyone who is at the firm 5 to roughly 15 years. And then finally, the prestigious partner or managing director level, or basically the last stop before retirement in a way. There are obviously other levels in between the ones I shared, but I want everyone to be able to follow along. I'm also more than happy to make a follow-up if you have any questions about a certain level, or if you're interested in knowing the structure at a certain firm. All you need to do is leave a comment in the bio below, and I'll get right on making that other video for you. So the first title on the list is the analyst or associate. These are commonly noted as those who graduate college or grad school and have less than 5 years of professional experience applicable to that given role. You're not expected to know everything and are welcomed consistently to ask questions because you're still learning the ropes. In most cases, you're not asked to lead presentations to board executives or sell work to clients. You're meant to be an effective communicator with your colleagues on the team, have a good understanding of what the client is asking, understand the technical responsibilities, and problem solves. And obviously there is a bit more to it though. As I've mentioned what feels like a million times on this channel, communication is important as a management consultant. You're constantly working with colleagues, clients, customers, and people in general, so being able to communicate is crucial. This aligns in the same category as public speaking though. As an analyst, your typical responsibilities revolve around interviewing key stakeholders, analyzing data or information, and occasionally presenting to your team or the client. Being on the newer side, as a current 23-year-old, I can't stress the importance of being proactive and asking questions. If you don't feel you know something, say something. Don't feel bad or uncomfortable to ask that silly question. Because, well, if you don't ask, your team assumes that you already know everything and will successfully deliver on your end of the project. And when you don't because you're stumped on a certain part of the project, well, that's on you. Now that we understand the analyst or associate level, let's cover what someone at the managerial level is responsible for. This is commonly seen as someone with roughly 5 years of professional experience or coming out of an MBA program. The main difference between a manager and an analyst, for example, is that a manager is now managing analysts or people at a lower level. They're likely managing associates, analysts, senior analysts, or other positions, but are also delegating their work to the directors and partners on that current project. But they have a significant amount of responsibilities in comparison to someone who is new at that firm at an entry level. Depending on the firm, a manager may likely be staffed on more than one project and have to report back to many more people. See, communication is a big one in this profession. A manager is also often seen gathering the data that an analyst or associate provided and come up with their own conclusions or interpretations. What does the data mean and what are the clients looking for? They tend to solve problems using their expertise and background knowledge to better aid a company or industry. In my opinion, I feel like a manager's responsibilities are the highest of all levels. You have to manage up and down, meaning you work with people who are higher and lower than you title-wise and have the most pressure to bring the engagement around full circle. You're likely working the longest hours and deal with the most problems that do come up. Managers tend to oversee the project at a higher view and make sure the work streams are flowing smoothly. So we've covered the analyst associate, the manager. So last and certainly not least is the partner level. You've done all the grunt work, you've managed projects, and all your blood, sweat, and tears have brought you to this moment that you've been dreaming of for over a decade, most likely. Partners have a different skill set in comparison to the analysts and managers that I've mentioned earlier. They tend to be the salesmen and women at the firm, bringing in their revenue, clients, and selling work to them altogether. Many to all partner responsibilities tend to lie within maintaining those client relationships as well as selling work. It's important to be a problem solver and develop solutions to all your clients' problems. But at the end of the day, your responsibility is to represent your firm and grow revenue and talent. So hopefully by going through the different levels, you now have a better understanding of what the responsibilities are for a consultant at the analyst, manager, and partner level. You will obviously have overlapping responsibilities here and there depending on the firm and position, but the trajectory and workflow is pretty consistent. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, then it's only fair to share with you a special present. My goal is to get 500 subscribers for this channel, so once we hit that mark, I'll be sharing free one-on-one guidance and training to 5 random subscribers who comment on that video. I'll be helping you with getting into the MBB or Big 4 firm that you've wanted, advise you with salary negotiations, develop your resume and cover letter, or whatever else you'd like. So be sure to take a second to subscribe if you haven't already. If you found this video helpful, be sure to also like and comment to show your support. I upload videos every Wednesday and I'd like to know what else you'd like to see on my channel. If you'd also like more information on getting into consulting, I'd recommend scheduling a one-on-one mentorship appointment with me on my website, ryanrafi.com, using the promo codes in the bio below for my products and services. As always, thanks. Until next time.